Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Kalone. I'm an empath, a psychic, and an oracle of sorts. And we're going to do a little tarot reading for you today. If this is your first time joining me, welcome in. It's so good to meet you. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's so good to see you again. Before we get started, we're going to ring this bell. If you have a sound sensitivity, I would turn your volume down because it can be a little loud. But I'm going to ring it in 3, 2, 1. And we just ring the bell to clear the energy around us, get us off on even footing. And in its place, I'd like to invite entities of the highest order to deliver this message. But it's interesting because one of the cards I pulled today, I decided to bring the Citadel Oracle deck along, is the guide. And it has this imagery of a bell. And there was something in its description that spoke to me about it. Let me pull it up. What did it say? Beneath the thundering echo of a waterfall, a bell rings, clear and compelling, commanding the attention of all close enough to hear. Almost without thinking, you feel your feet turn you toward the waters and the figure beneath. The guide has inherited their position, and the path they walk has been predetermined. It is their role to correct the mistakes made by their predecessor and set things to right. You're in a situation that isn't ideal, but it's up to you to make the most of it. Holding a grudge against what led you here won't achieve anything. It's time to accept the cards you've been dealt. Once you're on the other side of this, you'll be better placed to reflect on what you learned from the experience. But for now, it's time to put in some hard work and push through. We also pulled the Fate. I will read that as well. And I'll show you this card. The court gardens stretch out before you, alive with the sound of birdsong. A couple passes in the distance, their laughter faint and cheerful. The sun, encompassed in its blue sky, warms the world around you. All is peaceful, and yet you feel as though you are being watched. The fate sees everyone, sees their lives like shining threads weaving the tapestry of life. The fate sees each person's beginning, and when and where their stories end. They're sworn not to interfere with those threads that get tangled. Or when those threads get tangled, but they can still offer some insights here and there. Some unexpected help is due to come your way. You may not be able to see what causes your struggles or know of those who plot against you, but others can, and they won't let you face it uninformed. This guidance may come from an unexpected source, so look out for signs that will guide you in the right direction. So it seems like you're going through a time, going through a hard moment, really feeling the brunt of this like ascension energy, but you have to know that like you're not alone in this process, and that there's people looking out for you, and that someone may be coming forward unexpectedly, like the fake card said, to give you some guidance. But I think it's only going to come through once you start putting in the work for yourself. I want to know more. I'm also really drawn to the keys that are like hanging in the background of the fate card, or of the guide card, in this waterfall. Water could be significant. I don't know. Let's dive into this. Let's find out more. You know, we're gonna start with the Lenormand again. Why not? Oh no, we're gonna use the Lenormand. We're not gonna start with it. That's what Spirit just told me. I hope you're having a wonderful moment in time. I decided to trim my hair today. It was getting like really long on the sides, and I did my bangs a couple weeks ago. And as it's grown out, I noticed the sides were just like really like weighing my hair down. And I took a shower, and now my hair's like super scrunched up, but I don't know. I think it looks good. I did this top part, and then I cut the back as well, kind of evened it out. Did like a little bit of layering, not very well because I don't know how to do layering, but I kind of just like parted my hair in different parts and cut them all to where I like it. But anywho, yeah, we're gonna start with the Wanderer's Tarot. Let's see what this is about. We'll get a feel for your energy, and then we'll dive into like advice and stuff for guidance on the path ahead, for what's happening. I'm actually going to put these two cards up here just so I keep them more in mind. All right. Let's dive into it. What's going on? Who am I reading for? Your current energy is the Tower reverse. So it seems like you're kind of avoiding some kind of inevitability. What's the challenge to that? The High Priestess in reverse. It seems like you're having a really hard time to like connect with yourself. Maybe you're faced with like undesirable circumstances, and Spirit's really asking you to look within. And I think you know that, but like there's a part of you that feels like really apprehensive to it for some reason. Tell me more about the High Priestess. The Five of Pentacles, exactly, because you feel very like down and out. But I think that exactly what you're avoiding is going to be the solution. We have the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords. It almost feels like you're avoiding some kind of pain. You're like really running from some kind of pain. Maybe the reality of a situation. And I think that avoidance of the pain is hindering your ability to walk forward. It's kind of giving me this sense that like you're trying to take action in some sort of direction, but every step you take is kind of like futile, because you're not taking inspired action. It's kind of like fickle, and leaving you deeper in that pain, deeper in that heartbreak. I kind of want to know more about the heartbreak, but we're not going to dive any more into that. Let's look at the past energy. The Queen of Wands. And the Wheel. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's look at the future. The Ace of Cups. So I think you're really on a path of growth here. Like there is a chance. I think that when you allow this tower to fall and you kind of face the reality of where you stand, it's going to lead to a lot of like self-fulfillment. And I mean, like the Fate card said, you'll be able to look back on this situation and understand the lesson of it. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Tell me more about that. The King of Wands. Give me one more. We have the King of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse. I don't know how to take these in reverse, honestly. I don't know. I'm kind of getting that you'll be able to look back on this situation and see how you held yourself back from growing. That like your inability to walk away from something left you feeling unnurtured, unseen. And I think part of it is also like not really providing that to yourself. It's like you're almost wishing somebody would fix these things for you. But with the Wheel and the Queen of Wands and the past energy, I feel like there's some aspect of this where you like unknowingly signed up for this situation. It's like you'd asked for some kind of turn of fate, and now you've had your turn of fate, and you have to like one of the, I think it was was it the fate card, or I don't know, it said something about like you have to deal with the hand you've been dealt, because really this is a positive situation. It may not feel it right now. It may feel very detrimental and scary and stressful, but in the long run you're going to see the value of what this brought you. I'm also getting something from the Eight of Cups when it first came out. It almost felt like something returning. The Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity. I almost feel like once you process the pain that you're experiencing in your current situation, you'll watch some situations you desired in the past to come back. But it takes facing the reality of where you stand and not getting caught up on the past. It almost feels like you signed up for some kind of turmoil, and not necessarily like you, well, I don't know, like in a spiritual contract sort of sense. In order to get the things that you want, you had to like experience a great like fall of everything around you in order to align with to like clear the way for the expansion to come in. And I don't remember what I was bringing that up for. So we're going to move on to the conscious. The Six of Wands, or not Six of Wands, the Six of Swords was on the bottom of the deck. So I think that it's kind of emphasizing that point of like, without realizing it, you're being like ushered into a new reality through the chaos and flames of the tower. Kind of need to trust the process and just like do what you can with what you have and know that that's enough, and that these things don't change overnight. It's all a process. So let's look at what's going on internally. The Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and Temperance. It came out in reverse. We'll keep it as reverse, but I wanted to like flip it upright. I almost feel like you're it feels like you're trying to trust your discernment, trust your intuition in some sort of way. Because this Ace of Wands energy to me is like right now speaking to this idea, like you have like inspiration for what can take place here, and you're kind of like trying to decipher everything that's happening so that you can align with this, which is good. But there's an imbalance here. There's something that you're leaving unaccounted for. And I think you may be aware of this, but like maybe not in the proper light, I'm hearing. Let's dive into the subconscious. What exactly needs to be processed here? We have the Page of Wands in reverse. Or no, never mind. It's the Three of Cups in reverse. I don't know why I saw the Page of Wands. Three of Cups in reverse. We also have the King of Cups in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah, it really feels like you're holding on to something in the past. Not allowing the lesson to be learned. With the Three of Cups being in reverse, it almost feels like it's giving me this vibe of thinking that the you've already experienced like the most joy you can with the Six of Cups in reverse. And having this like idyllic view of the past is kind of keeping you from dreaming bigger. And I think you're really like holding on to maybe not even the joy that you've experienced in the past, but with the King of Cups in reverse, it feels like you're not really giving yourself grace for what choices you've made in the past. Like maybe you weren't very appreciative of what you had in the past and kind of took it for granted, and now I don't know, there's this sense of just wishing you had more appreciation for it. And I think that you kind of need to give yourself a little love here. And again, like I said earlier, like you were doing the best you could with what you had. So you need to do what you can with what you have now and carry that appreciation, that gratitude in the present moment. I kind of recommend having like a gratitude journal, because it just feels like you're really there seems to be like a cycle of living in the past. We also have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Or not on the bottom of the deck, it was just like it fell off the top of the deck. I feel like you need to pour into your like sense of celebrating yourself. But there's also this feeling of like not feeling worth celebrating. Can we dive into that? Yeah, the Hanged Man in reverse. Interesting. And then the Seven of Wands came out in reverse. And Strength is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of self-doubt here. There's like a need to recognize that you're capable. I don't know. Strength is really speaking to me in that sense of like you have to use your strength to flip this Seven of Wands in reverse into the upright. Because it almost feels like you're looking back on yourself with this image of like you could have done so much more, you could have done so much better, and you didn't. But also you're looking back at these situations with hindsight, and vision is always 20/20 in hindsight. So I feel like you have this really warped perception of thinking you could have done more than what you did, but you kind of just need to accept that you did what you did. And be okay with that and focus more on building for the future in your present moment. Let's look at advice. The Devil reverse. Stop villainizing yourself. Nurture yourself, Queen of Cups. The Sun is on the bottom of the deck. Find joy where you can. Allow people to, like, I also think you might need to, like, ask for support from someone through whatever this energy is you're working through. Yeah, the Eight of Swords is in reverse. So you kind of need to break yourself out of this illusionment of, like, not necessarily romanticizing the past, but romanticizing yourself in the past, in the sense of, like, thinking you could have done more. Like, you can't change what has already happened, what you've already done. So you need to just, like, be better now. I don't know. The Shaman. I think there's some internal work you need to do. Some, like, you need to, like, build some self-confidence, some self-awareness of the way that this mindset is affecting the way that you're moving. Because it feels like you're holding yourself back by, like, I don't know. Like, you need to focus on the, like, what's right in front of you. We have the Lovers below the Shaman. I think that you need to, like, actively choose yourself. You need to actively choose to allow the pain to exist in the past, to allow your mistakes to exist in the past. And you have to, like, choose to learn from them and face the challenge that's in front of you. There's the Nine of Wands below the Lovers. External. In the external influences, I pulled the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, Strength, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's giving me this vibe that you're kind of just, like, living in fantasies. Clinging on really tightly to, well, I don't know. Can I get a clarifier for these? The Fool is on the bottom of the deck. Because even though these are, like, external influences, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Like, even though these are external influences, this feels like the internal reaction to those external influences. Like, there's some kind of conflict in your life that, I don't know, it almost feels like you're clinging on to the conflict. Like, with the Two of Wands, it almost feels like you might be, like, trying to think of as many ways as possible to resolve this. And I almost feel like that's not really what you should be focusing on. We also have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in reverse. I feel like your attention being so drawn to this conflict, being so focused on this energy that isn't worth focusing on, like some situation that didn't go as planned, is kind of draining you. Or there might be someone that's like trying to help you and you're not really seeing that because you're, I don't know, there's just like a warped perception of what's going on around you because you're not really like grounded in what's happening. I can't really get a clear read on this. But I think that's kind of the message, is you're not really able to get a clear read on what's going on around you because you're just in your head. There's no way for you to know if this is like, if there's somebody stealing from you because you're kind of just like letting it happen. I'm not even going to pull hopes, fears, or outcome. We're going to move into another spread. Let's get advice for navigating this. I'm not going to take reversals this time. Or I'm going to pull 3 Lenormand cards just so we can get a view of the situation, and then we'll get advice around it. What exactly this Tower reverse moment is. What it is you're like trying to avoid. Because the Tower reverse is like watching the tower fall and actively ignoring it. Oh, I forgot to post the reading I did yesterday. But that energy was kind of like tied in with this in a way. At least there was a Tower reverse energy in that read. I don't know if it's related. But let's pull some Lenormand. We have the snake. And the stars. And the garden. I'm going to read into these real quick. I'm actually going to pause the video while I do this, because I just want to get a vibe. Yeah, so what I'm getting from this is it seems like you are like, we have the snake, the stars, and the garden. I feel like you're coming out of a situation that like needs to be left behind. Like, allow the snake to fall to the past. Whatever the snake energy is, it can speak of deception or somebody not working in your best interest. And you might be like holding on to this snake. And you kind of just need to know that like when this energy falls away, all that's left is like hope. Because the star, it kind of is like, it represents like divine guidance. Things coming into alignment. Think of the North Star. And with the garden coming out after that, it speaks of, oh wow, the word that just came through is Edenic or Edenic, relating to paradise or ideal beauty. It seems like you're headed to a very beautiful place, somewhere that is going to be a chance for you to like really open up and connect with people. And part of that guidance is allowing the snake to fall to the past. Can we get an idea of what the snake is talking about? The Two of Swords, your indecision. I very much feel like the snake is an internal mindset. It feels like that yeah, like this energy of like having an idealized view of the past, the Page of Wands, really not like having a very warped perception of the past. It just feels like you need to have presence, and you need to start moving forward, because I feel like you may have been in like Yeah, the Four of Cups. You may have been in like a very like long-standing um, internal battle with yourself, feeling, I don't know, just replaying the past over and over and over again. And like, you just need to let it go. You need to decide to move forward. Um, yeah, we have the Sun. I'm pulling this as like advice for moving forward. Lean into your excitement and joy. Two of Wands, plan for the future. Um, Align with like what excites you and allow that joy to like kind of bring you to bring you through this process of rebirth. Like you have to evolve. You have to let the past be the past and allow the future to unfold in the way it's meant to. And the only way you allow it to unfold the way it's meant to is by just letting it. I don't know. There's a huge energy of surrender here. Like you have to let the past die off. You can't keep holding on to this cycle, no matter how scary it is, because you're so like comforted by the like replays. Stop replaying the past, okay? Leave it behind. You have places to be. You have work that needs to be done, and it can only be handled when you face it with like pure consciousness. And I feel like you're trying to find answers where there are none. So you kind of just have to like take your time and let it come to you. Um, it feels like the kind of thing that you might be like really geared towards this Four of Cups energy, this like having to do like a lot of internal work processing the past. And while that's helped you get to where you are, now it's time to like focus on the present. Um, like I almost feel like you're trying, like I said, you're trying to find answers where there are none, because I think the point of it all is going to be revealed in the actions you take to move forward. Um, you simply haven't found that key yet. And I think once you like allow um, yourself to move forward, you start to focus on the circumstances you're in, the challenges you're facing in your present moment, the guidance you're looking for is going to be there, like guiding you along the way. But you're going to have like a realization of um, why this was so important. I kind of want to end it here. I feel like there's more to say about what's coming in, because there was an energy I was picking up on in the beginning. Um, Again, like that Eight of Cups reversed, it kind of feels like something coming back around. But I don't want to get into that, because you need to focus on the path that's right ahead of you. Let's not go from like fantasizing the past or like replaying the past to just like fantasizing about the future. Let's just stand where we are and focus on what's happening right here and now. Um, needs some presence. I don't know. Before we go, we will just pull some cards just to see if there's anything else that we need to hear, any messages that the person watching this video needs to hear. Is there anything else, Spirit? We have Temperance. You need to pursue balance and kind of muster your confidence Know that you're capable, and that good things are coming. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Eight of Wands. But these good things only come in once you decide to walk towards them, once you pursue your path and you actually move forward. You're not going to get where you want to go just standing still, sitting on the stairs. So let's embody this energy of moving forward. The change, we can only turn the wheel if we turn it ourselves, you know? We have to co-create the reality we desire. So I say create some balance internally. Find some even footing. That's going to be all for this message today. I hope that was able to provide you some confirmation or clarity on what you already intuitively know. I hope this was able to provide you some guidance. This one was a little heavy, but know that you're capable, and you need to pour into your self-confidence and know that you're able to handle the situation you're in, and that the tower falling is not a bad thing. It's a chance for you to have a fresh start. It's a chance for you to move forward, to build the life you want. And running from it is only keeping you more stuck. You can't avoid this. You have to do the work. Yeah, I love you so much. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out on Instagram at Full Mental Alchemy with an underscore before and after. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or just leave them in the comments below. I'm always active. But that is all. I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye-bye.